Hey, everybody that watches, thank you. I wanted to touch on real quick kind of how I got into yoga and just how it's changed my life. Um, so prior to yoga, I had been really into fitness, and like 10 years ago, I was like really into fitness. And then 2021 came around. I had given up on fitness for a while, like to have kids, right? Because they take up a lot of time, and depending on your situation, you just have to roll with it. So 2021 came around and I had a little more freedom. My kids were old enough and I could start working out more regularly and like meal prepping. And I felt really good. I was getting back into modeling a little bit, like on the side. And that's just something that I've loved and my ego has loved, right? Because whenever we feel really pretty, like our ego feels really good. I was doing wonderful things. I was training again. I was working with amazing women and helping them. I've even been contacted by a few and what I help them do, their life is still different. So I feel very blessed. And then in July, my whole family got sick with COVID and we didn't get tested. And I was one of those people that was one of those people that I didn't take it very seriously. Because there's always like conspiracy theories that bounce around, and I hadn't met anyone that had like a serious problem from it. So I was ignorant about how crazy it could be. So I got it in July, and so did my whole family. I was taking care of my whole family still. I was still trying to work out because I had reached this like peak and I didn't want to lose it. And so fear was driving me. And then after 3 weeks, I still wasn't better. And then I ended up being in bed for, I don't know, like 8 months, basically. Just kind of being really sad. Because when life takes something away from you and you don't have the awareness that like everything changes, it's constantly changing. I thought that my life was basically over. And I remember telling my husband, like, what's the point of living if I can't enjoy what life has to offer? Because I really love to enjoy what life has to offer. And I love to like see where I can push myself and my body. And at that point it was hard to breathe. Like I was so tired, I could barely breathe. Not that I had like some infection where I couldn't, I literally had zero energy to breathe. So, I had a few dark nights of the soul. I had to get on multiple antidepressants to kind of keep me here and keep me wanting to be here, because when what they call like a dip, or like autoimmune people call a flare, hit, I would just lay in the sun and like uncontrollably cry for hours, literally hours. And so I was stuck in this victim mindset. As I started to get a little bit better to where I could function outside of laying and trying to breathe, I started doing Yin Yoga because I love moving my body. Like that is where I get my happiness. That's where I get my sense of accomplishment. So I started doing Yin Yoga, and the days that I would try to lift, when I was like, okay, I feel okay, I would be back in bed. So my body hated the gym, hated the lifting weights. But I was able to do yoga. So as I discovered this, I started searching for a yoga certification, and I was pointed towards lifted yoga. You might follow her on Instagram. It's Jules. And I spent a little bit of time with her, talking to her about kind of what her program offered. So I was still in the mindset of, I just want to move my body. I just want to see where I can push it. But through her training, I learned so much about yoga philosophy. I learned more about alignment. I learned more about the yogic lifestyle, whereas like yoga, at least in my eyes, and I feel like for most people, it's just a way to get flexible. And we go there, yeah, we're stressed, but we just go, so that we can get that out of our body. But now I've learned that it's so much more than what your body looks like, so much more. And I am so very grateful, because it has been the only thing that has kept me like sane through this. I am healed now. I go to the gym like twice a week. I don't really need it anymore, when before I was absolutely trapped in that addictive behavior of going to the gym, which I know some people will say it's good to be addicted to the gym, but like it's not good to be addicted to anything, right? So that led me to microdosing, and through microdosing, I was able to get off my antidepressants. And I love that feeling when you microdose, when you feel just a little more connected and loving towards everything, because it then bleeds over into wherever you are and whoever you're around. So I was able to get off my antidepressants, and yeah, it's been a crazy year and a half of change. And I know that sometimes the universe whispers, or like a book falls into your lap, or if you're really good at ignoring it like me, and ignoring yourself, then you get like slammed in the face with a lesson. And so we can laugh about it now, but it wasn't very funny when it happened. But I am truly grateful for how my life has transformed and for what I have learned through this journey. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And I hope that through some of my yoga classes, you can begin to feel a little more aligned, not just flexible. Like, let's get beyond being able to touch our toes. Before we even get there, let's just focus on the inside, because it's not, again, what the pose looks like, it's what you feel on the inside that counts when you're doing yoga. And one of my favorite things about yoga is it does, just like when I was microdosing, how you feel in yoga bleeds out into all parts of your life. So whether you struggle with eating or not eating, or whether you struggle with anger or anxiety, like yoga will bring all of that together and help you find the balance that you need. Most of our challenges in life are blessings, and it doesn't feel like it, but I truly believe that now. And I hope that the lessons I've learned, I can kind of share with all of you here, and that you can be inspired, especially when you're in those moments of despair, because it does end, and there's so much more to life than just the blissful, happy state. We can learn so much more through our suffering than through the moments where life is easy. Namaste.